Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. I was thinking about how much has changed in the world just in my lifetime alone. Now, in the 80s, I had an uncle who used to build model airplanes. That was his passion. He loved it. He had such an eye for detail. Like he'd be able to replicate the paint schemes of various things. They all looked magnificent on display. Of course, my family turned their noses up at that. Ugh, a grown man like that playing with toys. This man was a employee of a major corporation, never got in trouble, was able to retire on his own recognizance, and yeah, so he spent a couple bucks here and there. They were trading through the mail to get like rare models that one another couldn't get. There were people in Japan, there were people in Germany. They were all part of this thing well before the internet was a baby. And they had this worked out. Everybody makes jokes about model railway train enthusiasts and stamp collectors. Again, it's really hard for me to get upset about that when the people have a little bit extra money to burn, and instead of going out on a binge of Coke and hookers for a week, they decide they're going to set up a model railway. And if you've ever seen how expensive those things are, yeah, they can't afford Coke and hookers after buying a few of those railway trains and the railway sets. Stamps. Okay, my dad was a stamp collector, and he got some pretty interesting stuff. I haven't had a chance to price it out yet. My grandfather collected silver coins, including the $5 and $10 coins that were put on sale to pay for the Montreal Olympics. These things are not worth very much today, even after nearly 50 years has passed. But you know what? They represent an interesting slice of history. Which of these people do you make fun of? The answer? None of them. When our generation was growing up, video games were brand new. First, I remember the Pong systems that came out. And then arcades started appearing with like Space Invaders and Clowns, but that was what was available on the market. That's what they could afford. Then the Atari, this magical, mystical system came out. It's trash by today's standards, but back then it was pretty magnificent. And I remember our parents warning us, oh, you can't play too much of that. It's going to rot your brain. And I wonder how much damage was really done, because if you recall, those old CRT, cathode ray tube televisions, they had very clear guidelines in them that you had to sit, what was it, the width of the TV times 5 back away from it? No, everybody knew with an Atari or NES or whatever the heck you were playing, Sega, you were sitting pretty much right up against the TV. The Commodore 64. The first monitors that came with that were glorified CRT screens. And we were sitting right there typing our homework and everything. And look at how much of our generation wears glasses. But the same token, the video games themselves never hurt anybody. And now that Generation X is getting older, some people are pro video game players. Literally, they go on pro circuits and show they know how to speed run, not the ones that program in backdoors and crap like that. I'm talking legitimate speed runs and stuff like that. Staying up midnight on Friday or even later because you want to get in your latest round of PUBG or whatever it is that you fancy. Now, what these activities have in common is it's a way to socialize without really socializing it. There are neurodivergent people in this world. Not necessarily bad people. Actually, 99% of them are good people. And they do a lot of really good stuff. But when they get home at the end of the day, they're sick of people. They're tired. Their energy has been drained. So, what's the harm in them painting a model plane or building it? What's the harm in them going out and finding whatever rare coin or stamp or trading for it, especially now that the internet is available? What's the harm in them investing in coins or stamps, most of which have zero value whatsoever? You can get a Roman coin. Yeah, a 2,000-year-old coin for about $5. After 2,000 years, it's gone to $5. Now, there's rarer ones, of course, but generally speaking, these are not profitable hobbies. Same token, go save up your money, buy yourself a new car. The second you drive it off the lot, it is now depreciated in value. Buying a house, I've known a couple house flippers in my day, and they're smart when they get in on a deal, a house that's been left by time, and they go in, fix it up, and make some money out of it. That's more of a business than it is a hobby. The difference between a hobby and a business is at the moment you see 1 penny of profit, your hobby is now a business and you have to work at it. Hobbies are just ways people use to blow off steam, and there's nothing wrong with them. This has all changed in the course of the past, 40 years that I can attest to. Used to be your weird uncle down in the basement playing with trains. You know what? It's actually quite a lot of skill to build one of those dioramas with a model railroad train going through it. I had to build a diorama a couple years ago for wargaming purposes. Now, I'm sure there's those of you out there saying, Silverlight's an old crow. Why is he still wargaming? Well, there's these people my age, and even a bit younger, that paid a lot of money to do war games. They're called generals. And they invent their own all the time. That's literally what they do. Now, I'm no general. But at the same token, what's wrong with playing a game? I'm a firm believer you can tell a lot about somebody's personality by the style of game that they play. And you don't realize that through gin rummy or checkers or anything like that. You need something like chess where there's multiple strategies involved. There we go, chess. For some reason, chess is respectable to play. Poker, it's got a wild tour, a pro tour where people make a lot of money. I was just blessed with whatever gene was deleted from me where I have no interest in playing that. I'll play with friends. I'll do that, but I'm not going to sit there at a poker table while everybody's trying to read what everybody else is doing. No, it's just no interest in learning that at my age. But, if you come over with a deck of cards and say, hey, let's play for loose change, sure, let's do it. These people were once the dregs of society, and now there's markets specifically for them. The collectible market. Hey, remember Masters of the Universe? He-Man, She-Ra, Man-at-Arms, all them? I joined a Reddit group just for the hell of it. And these things are so highly sought after. Not the broken, beat-the-shit ones that we had as kids, but I'm talking the actual ones either in the original wrapper or in near mint condition. One guy was opening a vintage one. He was so excited he couldn't wait to take it out of the wrapper, even though that takes away its value. But I should clarify that. He or she, I'm not 100% sure which. Reddit titles mean nothing. And it was one of the most exciting things that they had in their life to be able to open this toy. You know what? It's fun opening toys. Baseball cards and collectible cards have been doing this for generations. As a matter of fact, Nintendo started off as a playing card company. And you know what? There's something magical about opening a new set of playing cards. I'm not going to deny that for a minute. But we're now marketing towards neurodivergent people who are not quite in harmony with the normal. Because you know what? Companies are realizing these people have money as well. It's not just my friend. He just bought himself 2 new Sea-Doos. You know what? He's a mechanic. He likes to work on them. I'm sure there's something wrong with them, but he's going to have those 2 things figured out in no time. That's his hobby, and I respect it just as much as I do somebody who plays Roblox and is assembling some sort of quest. And, there's one room you're safe in, there's one room you're not. You got to run from these people, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing. So we have to learn to open ourselves up because the markets are there. Heck, in Battletech, the war game that I play, there's a miniature that I printed one day just because I felt like it. A guy is offering the exact same miniature for $700. And the only difference is his is sized a little bit bigger because it's supposed to represent something a little bit bigger. That's it. So if I just went to my 3D printer, increased it to 1,000 times size or whatever it is, that thing is worth $700. It's not painted, not anything, but it's worth $700. Yeah, my jaw dropped too. That being said, open your mind to these people because I'm not going to say they are the future, but they're sure as hell not going away. And even though they might not want to deal exclusively with people, they're still awfully friendly to people that understand what they're going to. So with that, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Silverlight Show. If you did, please hit like, subscribe. Don't forget to click the button down in the lower right corner, which gives you notifications every single time we upload a video. And we hope you have a fantastic day.